Mute button. Mute. How do I unmute this?
All right, this is exactly my point. Daniel picks on me in a very coordinated way. Now, I did offer myself up to it before the show started, but he jumped right. I didn't even know what he was doing at first. I was like, something's wrong. Because I was trying to figure out why my computer's fucking up and then why Daniel being a piece of shit towards me just because my computer decides to shut off in between. I didn't even see what he texted me yet. It's probably even more horrible things. But yeah. We're in. What the yeah, I know I was. Did I say hi? Did you guys hear me?
No,
Okay.
I don't think we heard anything.
It was like it didn't load, and then Skype was being real slow, and then the computer just went. We encountered a problem.
We pressed button.
Yeah, no, I mean that is basically how it boils down. Yes, no, we are. Daniel's really attacking me right now. He's going after me now. I did something, or maybe I didn't. Who knows?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show.
I was going to take over and do Dan's intro. Ladies and gentlemen,
Tim's a piece of shit.
Episode 6969 of You, Me, and BTC, your Liberty and Bitcoin podcast. I'm Daniel Brown, and I'm here with
Zach Vole
and Tim Baker.
All righty, and I don't know what's next, so I'm going to turn it over to Tim Baker.
Oh, hello, everybody. I guess I'll just continue.
You're Zach Vole.
Also, oh yes, no, you're right. I'm sorry. I already broke this. I already fucked this up. This is why we can't do bits on this show at all. Is because wait. You guys are serious? You're really angry with me?
We got NY Cartoons in the chat already, so I'll say hello to him. Thanks for joining us. It's been a blast already. We're only like 2 minutes in, and it's like our best show ever. It's. We're not quite at episode 69 yet, but we're getting there. So stick with us, guys. We'll be there soon. If you want to interact with us, hang out, click on some links, read some show notes, the place to be is youmeandbtc.com/live. That'll take you right to our landing page every week. And it's a blast. youmeandbtc.com/live. Like I said, NY Cartoons is laughing already. That's a good sign. We're doing our job. You got, like I said, show notes, links to a couple stories, and voting at the bottom. It's a simple question, yes or no. Is it possible to make something unhackable? I don't know. I'm curious. We're going to talk about some of that today. A supposedly unhackable device, a Bitcoin wallet from John McAfee. And our other story is not Bitcoin, but I've done the spiel before. We don't always do Bitcoin. The other story is about movies influenced by the U.S. military. So that is all coming up. I'd like to give a shout out to our amazing sponsor. They've been with us for several months, and I cannot thank them enough. It is chronologic.network. They do all kinds of time-related innovation on the Ethereum blockchain. They got cool stuff, really cool stuff. The Ethereum alarm clock, Ethereum alarm clock. It's got to be cool if you can't even say it. Debt smart contracts. They have a method to smooth out token launches because like I said, it's time-related innovation. They can sort of manipulate the blockchain time and smooth out token launches. Find out more, guys, at chronologic.network. We thank them a ton for making this possible. They've been with us, like I said, for a long time. Okay, guys, let's just kick it off with this poll here for you guys. Is it possible to make something unhackable? I'll get into the details in a second, but I like to ask the tough questions before you know the details, before you can come up with the nuanced answer. I want to know your first impressions. Is unhackable a thing? Yes or no?
No.
Yeah, no. I was gonna try to make some weird. Hey, shut the fuck up! I'm gonna get so angry during this episode. It's probably better. I don't know, but he's already starting to piss me off. I've been nothing but nice to this man. I spent 2 hours in Kohl's with no ability to intake nicotine while I tried to figure out which one of these dumb shoes
is unhackable.
That is not my fault, Tim.
Is unhackable like a mute button? Because I can't.
Tim, I will not
My
take any
gosh.
responsibility for you spending 2 hours trying to try on a suit. Button,
Shoes,
suit
too.
jacket.
I'm sorry. See, no, this is being classist right now, Daniel. You're attacking me. I don't understand wingtip shoes. I don't understand this life of you people. I don't get this. I go on a play. It is a little bit too close to how you're making fun of me as far as like the plane goes up. Woo! You fly.
Plane ticket. Woo!
But
I'm on top of the cloud.
look outside. Look right there. Oh.
I'm a bird.
I'm the person that goes up and opens the door. This is fun.
So we all know Tim is completely hackable, but is anything else unhackable?
I was gonna have to make up some like bullshit argument for why I was gonna say things could be unhackable, but it's like in the moment they could be unhackable because the technology is. But I don't think that there's anything that's going to be permanently unhackable, even for 5 years, 10 years. Like what? I guess that I'll have that as a second question after. But
I think something is always hackable because you can never 100% neutralize user error, and that's how like 90% of server hacks and all these big profile data leaks happen now.
Yeah, well, that gets into. Go ahead. Genius.
They make it all. Shut the fuck up. They make it all like this. Oh, this crazy hack happened, and it was this crazy thing happened. They're like, well, what actually happened? They lost a bunch of user information. It wasn't this like big like Hollywood. We're gonna talk about movies later, but it wasn't this like person just like smacking their keyboards like, oh, I gotta hit this thing in like 30 seconds, blah blah blah. But everything eventually is going to kind of go below. Technology is always going back and forth as far as privacy and then anti-privacy, and just that works on a bunch of different fronts.
Yeah, totally agree. One of the biggest questions, which Zach sort of hit on when he's like talked about user error, one of the biggest questions obviously is, well, what's a hack? I mean, you got to define your terms when you're about to have any discussion. And so some people might not say that that user error, anything caused by user error would lead to a hack. Even if there is some like hacker on the other side of the interwebs that exploits that user error with code or whatever, they might not call that a hack. That's up for debate, you know, which actually is the core question in the story that I linked to, which is about this Bitcoin wallet that is supposedly unhackable, because what happened is they put out a bounty for anyone that could hack this wallet. Freaking John McAfee, rich AF. He's the one that will eat his own junk if Bitcoin doesn't hit like $1 million or whatever. He offered hundreds of thousands of dollars to anyone that could hack this device. And some people thought they did it. They're like, oh yeah, we got root access. And he's like, well, that's not a hack. And then I'm not going to read every bit of this story. All right, just for kicks, I will screen share it so it looks like I'm kind of going over the story. But that's about all there is to it. Is there's this device that's supposed to be unhackable, but all these people are saying, well, I did this to it, and I did this to it, and I got root access, and I proved that it has some kind of storage on it, and on and on and on. The company is called Bitfi or Bitfi. But, that's the debate. Well, is that a hack? If you just get root access, is it a hack? Especially if, I don't know, maybe this is how we could define it. Although maybe not. Let's follow this rabbit hole. What if we defined it as getting, with Bitcoin, it's easy. It's a hack if you get the money. Does that seem fair? Like if you get their money that they didn't intend to give you, is that a hack? Kind of, but what if they...
Yeah.
I mean, that works if you get it from the device, but what if they not accidentally, but what if they write down their private keys and then lose it and then someone finds it? Like that has nothing to do with the device, but you did get the Bitcoin, so it doesn't sound like a hack. Okay, well, what if
it's a bug on their end more than I don't know enough about this to call one thing the hack or the other, but I think that sounds more just like a bug on their end, not as much a
on whose end?
On
Bitfi?
Yeah, Bitfi. I keep on wanting to say Bitfi.
It's a bug. If the user writes down their private key and loses it, it's Bitfi's fault.
No, wait. What did you just say about? What did you just say about them giving you? I'm not doing very good this time at all. No, but what did you say about? What did you say about them gain? Like if you get money from them on accident?
No. That my example of getting money, that was my only example so far. I did say my only example was the one about losing the private key that you wrote down, which has nothing to do with the device. However, I did say before that some people were able to gain root access to the device, or at least they thought they had. There's probably some technicalities there, but they claimed and thought that they had root access to the device. Or is that what you're talking about, Tim? Where that would, if that was possible, that would be a bug from Bitfi?
No, I misunderstood what you said. I took what you said about you getting money off of them. I figured that was a mistake on their end. So disregard my point on that. Wait, what was that
breather?
Mouth breather.
I wasn't even.
I was just gonna say I don't know. I don't know enough about this to have a good opinion either. I don't know enough about anything to have good opinions, but I just follow. Oh shit! My power just went out.
How do we still have you?
Wait, this is the CIA. Fuck. This is the Pentagon about those movies. All right, this is creepy now. This is like a horror movie. Now we see something come up behind him.
Listen up close. Bitfi knows that we're talking about them, and they're
I only have minutes before they're here.
I just follow enough smart people on Twitter, like Rodolfo Novak and this kid Salim Rashid or something, and Riccardo Spagini, and they all said it was crap. So
Riccardo Spaghetti.
What's it? Spagni? Riccardo Spagni, the inventor of Monero.
Yeah. Was he the one? No, that's not the same person, but I saw some of your retweets or discussions with someone who was
Fluffy
really
Pony.
Yeah, somebody was really loving Monero, but they didn't want to like shill it because they loved it that much.
Oh, yeah.
That was an interesting discussion.
That was, I didn't know what the hell that was. But yeah, and they all said Bitfi is dumb. And Salim, so maybe the root access you were talking about, Salim Rashid is this kid who proved vulnerabilities in Ledger's hardware wallet.
Yeah, like a 15-year-old or whatever.
Yeah. And he took a swipe at Bitfi too, and so maybe, but they said there's no proof he hacked our wallet, so maybe he was just claiming that he got root access and didn't actually hack it. I don't know.
Well, all right.
I don't know anything.
The bounty, I'll read some here. It says, just to get some specific details. I read it earlier, but we'll share them here. Yeah, and there is a comment about Salim. So, here's 2 or 3 paragraphs. Bear with me. Bitfi's, I'm going to say Bitfi because that sounds kind of like Wi-Fi. And if you say Wi-Fi, you sound like an idiot. Like if you legitimately think it's pronounced Wi-Fi, you're an idiot. So I don't want to sound like an idiot.
I know it's Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I don't want to be the idiot that calls it Bitfi when it's really Bitfi. I don't know which one it is, but Bitfi sounds more excusable if it's wrong. Okay. Bitfi's website elaborates on the bounty program, listing a number of rules. Essentially, those who wish to participate have to purchase a Bitfi wallet that is preloaded with coins for an additional $10. The wallet itself costs $120, as mentioned above. The ultimate goal for the participant is to successfully extract the coins and empty the wallet, while the company allegedly grants anyone who participates in this bounty permission. They missed a word there. Anyone who participates in this bounty has permission to use all possible attack vectors, including our servers, nodes, and our infrastructure. The above is what we consider a successful attack. That's a quote from the Bitfi website. John McAfee announced the hunt on July 24th. Within a week, hacking reports started to emerge. On August 1st, crypto personality from the Netherlands, Oversoft, tweeted referencing other users, namely Salim Rashid. That's who we were talking about. The alleged 15-year-old, alleged 15-year-old. I don't know if that's that complicated a thing that you have to allege it, but whatever. The alleged 15-year-old who revealed a security vulnerability in fellow hardware wallet Ledger in 2017. We have root access, quote, that was a quote, a patched firmware and can confirm the Bitfi wallet still connects happily to the dashboard. So, I don't know. Anyway, point is, some of their rules stated that you have to get the money. So it's preloaded. They send you a preloaded device and you have to get the money. That does seem pretty simple. I mean, like, they might have the private key stored on one of their servers, and maybe you could hack into their server and get the money that way. So maybe that wouldn't be a hack on the device. I don't know, man. This is complicated. But one thing that I've been holding back until now, because there's a catch here that might further this discussion, but I wanted to see how far we got without this catch. One of the catches is that, supposedly anyway, this device stores absolutely nothing. Supposedly the private keys never exist on the device, because you might ask, well, how the frick is that possible? Like, you have to send money with the private key. I guess I shouldn't say they never exist on the device. I should say they only exist in like transient memory. They never exist on like a hard drive in the device. And the way that works, which I like this concept, so hear me out here. The way it's supposed to work is you have almost like a version of the private key. You have the seed for the private key. It could be a sentence, it could be a phrase, could be a bunch of words, could letters, numbers, whatever. So you have a password. There is a key to the private key, kind of. Like, you memorize it. That's the idea. That's why it's supposed to be unhackable, because you're supposed to memorize this phrase or this password or this key. Then whenever you put it into your device, it then boots up. It converts your phrase into a normal Bitcoin private key or a normal Bitcoin private seed using the same method every time. So as long as you put in the same passphrase, it will end up with the same private key or private seed or whatever. And then you can send transactions, do whatever you need to do, and then turn the device off, and it forgets it. It doesn't remember any of it. That is the key here. That is supposed to be the catch. That is supposed to be what makes this unhackable, because if they loaded up these wallets for the bug bounty program, if they loaded those up and sent them to you, that private key, even they might have even forgotten the passphrase. They might have generated random numbers for their passphrase and then just deleted it so that to make it even harder to hack. Like, oh, I didn't have to memorize it. I didn't have to write it down. I just put $10 on it, which you already paid for, and now the money's like gone forever unless you magically guess my passphrase. That's supposed to be the idea. So my question to you is, I mean, how realistic is that? Does that sound like a good plan? Should we all just be memorizing? Does that mean it really is unhackable? If I know there's caveats, maybe they didn't program it right. Maybe you could extract the private phrase from memory while it's in use, all kinds of stuff. But let's say that plan worked perfectly. Would that then make it unhackable, do you think? Like, if you had to memorize it and that was the only way that you could ever get to that money, is that then fair to say that that's unhackable? Aside from like social engineering, like,
yeah, but that's that
wrench until they tell you the passphrase.
I think that could, like, I don't know.
Is that a hack?
About yeah, I mean, that might be a
version of a hack.
Well, because like, I mean, they have life hacks and bullshit like that, but I think it's enough in like the common vernacular. Now I'm just trying to say words that sound smart. I'm sorry.
Vernacular.
Okay, I need to pause to say Tim is a smart dude, but he always acts dumb, and he likes acting dumb. And so when he says smart things, he's like,
it's all a ploy.
Sorry, I don't own any Bitcoin. I'm dumb.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
We already confirmed this a few episodes ago. Like,
Yes.
he's definitely a Bitcoin millionaire.
Tim is a very smart Bitcoin billionaire who just comes on the show to act dumb so that he can, when he's in court, can say, no,
yeah,
I
his
don't
goal is to lay low.
The Bitcoin private key, what?
This is actually a very dark segment. And nobody knows why. But a hack. Okay, a hack. I will not dignify that with a response. See, again, big
Okay,
words.
fair enough.
Big words.
Good cover, Tim. Good cover.
Yeah, exactly. I'm too good to answer
Would a
kind of
smart
things like that.
person know how to avoid detection?
A
dumb person would be my response, but a smart person would say,
There's
All
a difference
right,
between smart and clever. The
clever?
I said clever. Shut up. There's a hack as far as in like common use for things outside. So I think you could consider something like, especially social engineering, hitting somebody with a hammer and threatening them. That goes more into just like strong arm robbery. But social engineering, I think, has to be part of it, because that would be the way that it would be hackable. Like you're saying, if you take out the whole possibility of it being extracted while it was in use, like as you're using it, that kind of does remove it, because then the thing has no other attachment to it at all. Like that's the only time when the information could be gotten, unless it stores it.
You're right. Well, there's a couple things here. So first of all, let me address a question from NY Cartoons in the chat. Also, Jeremy Bennett says, boo. What's up, Jeremy? Thanks for tuning in. He's been commenting a lot lately, catching up on episodes maybe, so thanks for joining us. Excuse me. NY Cartoon says, how much access do you have at the root level? Isn't that just the lowest level of privileges? And the truth is the exact opposite. Root is the highest level of privileges. Root is where you can do anything. You can grant users privileges, you can revoke privileges, you can change who owns different files, and then as a result, that changes who can access different files, who can execute different files, who can read, who can write. Root is the highest level. It can do anything it wants, and that's obviously a big deal. So there's that. But back to what Tim said, yes, if we agree that if we agree with everything they say, that yes, you have to memorize it, and social engineering doesn't count as a hack, and it's never stored on the device, and on, fine. Then, like, if we accept all that, then maybe it's unhackable. But wait a second. You have to interact with that device somehow, right? When you plug that device in, it doesn't magically know, oh, I'm supposed to send 10 Bitcoin to Tim, and I'm supposed, geez, holy crap. That's what Tim hears every day. Like, oh yeah, just 10 Bitcoin. Okay. How about next time 20, please? Thank you. Yeah. Anyway, no, the device doesn't magically know what it's supposed to do. You have to interact with it somehow. And all of a sudden there's a gigantic new attack vector where even, you plug it into your computer or your phone, and you all of a sudden, like, well, what if you could hack Android, you could hack Windows and tell it to show you the wrong addresses or send money. You could tell it to instruct your device to send money to the wrong place, or on and on. I mean, you could literally like hack the display only. Like you could hack your monitor and have it show you the wrong addresses, the wrong QR codes. And yeah, there are safeguards in place. Like whenever your monitor shows you a device, whenever your monitor shows you an address or a QR code or whatever, your hardware wallet in general is supposed to show you the same thing so that you can confirm whatever shows up on your monitor matches what shows up on your wallet. But I'm just making, and that helps for sure. But I'm just pointing out that it's a big deal. Like, there is a gigantic new attack vector as soon as you have to interact with the device, as soon as you have to plug it into something. There is so much that could happen. And are you still going to claim that's unhackable? Oh man, like, you got to get real technical, because then, like, you got to insist that, well, no, you didn't hack the device, you just hacked Windows, or you just hacked Android. And maybe you're right, maybe the device is unhackable, but then it's like, well, what's the point of saying it's unhackable if you have to use something else to get to use it? It's like, that's like saying that a bank vault is indestructible.
Yeah. Well, it's one of the, it's a marketing thing, I would guess, and it's just,
oh, for sure. That's not even a question.
You sound so angry right now.
Why wasn't even just a marketing thing? Like, of course, it's just a marketing thing.
Because you're saying, like, you can't say this. I'm saying the reason why it's being used is because there's no. It's not a word that it's like it's actually a technical thing where people can go, well, no, it is, or like you can get in trouble for using that.
A loose word. Yeah, that's a good point.
So it's going to come out like what you were saying with the bank thing, where or the Titanic was unsinkable. If your product is good and secure, I mean, regardless, because you're trying to run a business, you're probably going to err on the side of talking it up a little bit. But definitely, if it's not that good, you're definitely going to try to just, well, yep, no, okay, it's on whatever, and then do what they're doing, where it's just, well, that's not a real hack, and that's not, they're doing what we're doing now, and is just coming up with a bunch of different answers for what counts and what doesn't.
Exactly. And that's, I mean, marketing in general, that's their job, is to, use words like superior. Well, superior to what? Like,
superior flavor.
Like, marketing does that all day, all long. Literally, this is all I've had to drink today. I can barely even speak right now. Anyway,
this is why
I want to take this analogy a little farther, just to clarify for anyone that might still be having trouble following the issue here. I want to clarify or extend this bank vault analogy, because yeah, it's like saying that a bank vault is indestructible or unbreachable because of the steel is like maybe it's made out of diamond, and maybe you agree that diamond is the hardest and most unbreakable substance on Earth, even though you can break it with lasers. But let's just say we agreed that it was the hardest, most indestructible thing ever. Okay, fine, but you still need people to go in and out of the vault to use it. So it has to have a door. And even if the door is indestructible, it still has to open. And so that's what we're trying to say here, is like, fine, you can argue as much as you want that it's indestructible, but you still have to use it. It still has to connect to other things, other people, other purposes. And then all of a sudden you open up all these other attack vectors. That's our point.
This love is unbreakable and has no attack vectors. Well, 2, I guess.
Please write something like that into your vows, Daniel, and just do that. I will throw a bottle at you during the service.
Our love is as unhackable as McAfee Bitfi wallet.
I would never have to eat my dick on television for you.
I like that idea. Well, I'll get it in there somehow. Okay, guys.
I'm still waiting on my wedding invitation, by the way.
I sent
it like 2 days ago. We were waiting for your address. It was in the waiting for address pile. So there was that. I guess now our whole audience knows.
He's so snippy right now.
What?
I thought you did. No, we've definitely said you were before, I thought.
No, he did.
I know. You're right. I'm sure we brought it up before.
We would just like, if you're happy for Dan getting married, please tip him some Bitcoin.
Yeah.
On You, Me, and BTC, the place you should be for this episode. youmeandbtc.com/live. There's an address. And if you like matrimony, he is heterosexual. So if you're gay, that's fine. You don't have to tip him. But if you're happy for him getting married,
what about tolerance?
Look at
tolerance.
Gay people have to tolerate
straight people.
What?
Because straight people have been.
Zach is suggesting that gay people don't have to agree with or love or support straight people.
Do slaves have to tolerate? Do slaves have to tolerate slave masters?
Yeah, Daniel.
Wait, since when are gay people slaves? Now that is gay.
They're slaves to the religious, dogmatic.
They are slaves to the heteronormative, oppressive society.
Exactly.
That we have built for centuries, and they're finally breaking free.
You tell them, Zach. You shut up, Dan. Don't even talk right now. Just say, yeah, good. Mute yourself.
Well, I'm done.
Bigot.
I'm done for the rest of
Just drink your white man whiskey, you piece of shit. Leave. Boo.
Wait, he's really done?
Bernie. Okay. All right, we made Daniel. This what I don't know. No, he's probably gonna walk back and be like, "Oh, hey, I'm good. Hey, I'm just kind of drunk on the whiskey. Hey, no."
Wow, I didn't think you would get that upset about this.
I mean, hopefully did no, but seriously, somebody sent him. No, he
I should not have done that.
What did you do? Just go and chug the entire thing? What did you do?
I thought you were serious. Oh my god.
Zach was like, "I'm so." Did we really offend him?
I thought you really got upset. I was like, "Sheesh, I didn't know I was."
He was like, "I need to quit now. I need to quit." I'm off.
That was honestly kind of painful, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Wow.
What did I miss?
Nothing.
Mostly Zach being concerned for you and me going, "He's fine," and then I was going to explain that gay people should still tip because I don't know, Daniel doesn't have to bother you anymore because he is an oppressive cisgendered man, and now he will be taken care of by a woman who is obviously better than him.
You know what, Tim?
A woman. For
all of your flaws, I do appreciate your insistence on tipping because you know what? Give us money. Thank you very much.
He always has to dig at me. I don't like it. I feel
so. I'm done with hacking. Is there anything else we got to say, or are we moving on?
I'm good.
All right. No. Good. That's what I like to hear. So I'm going to roll our ad here. We're going to come back in just a second to cover the Pentagon and the military and all the movies that they thrust upon us. So that's all coming up in a second. This is our sponsor. We thank them a ton. We'll be right back. Hey guys, today's show is brought to you by Chronologic.network. Chronologic is an Ethereum-based project that aims to solve time-related problems on the blockchain. Through Chronologic's 3 core products, the Ethereum alarm clock, debt smart contracts, and the day token minting mechanism, they solve the problems of payment scheduling, crypto loan time constraints, and unstable token launches. Find out more at Chronologic.network. Alrighty, so a couple things. First of all, if you're not already there, the place to be is you, me, and btc.com/live. We got a slightly hot.
All right, something happened. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, there we go. You're back now.
Click. Yeah.
But the mute button.
You can't keep doing this whenever you go off stage and chug a thing of whiskey and Zach freaks out about you. Now here's the story about about Pentagon shoving things in your faces like Daniel is with his heteronormative wedding, you piece of shit. Anyway.
You're right. I think everyone has to be gay just in support of gay people. You're right. So where was I? Oh, you, me, and btc.com/live. We got a slightly hopping chat. I'm always excited when that's happening. I know there's people listening to the podcast that didn't see my glass of whiskey and didn't see it empty out, and I feel bad for you. So I'll just remind you to follow us, or what do you do on YouTube? Subscribe. Yeah. Subscribe on YouTube. Or don't. I mean, audio is good too, but just subscribe, okay? Thank you. All right, guys. So this kind of a story is absolutely nothing new. We've seen this before. I've seen these reports years ago, whatever. Like, oh, the military is supporting all the movies you're watching. Well, yeah, probably. Why wouldn't they? It's what do you think, guys? Like, it's crazy. It's weird. It's annoying.
It's only weird because we think that we had some kind of like a free, like, especially in movies, but radio, any shit that's like going out to most people and is going to be a representation. Like it's different for a book. A book they can go, no, that's wrong. But people legitimately do go and watch movies and go, that's how it happened. Like they go and they watch fucking whatever the one was. And I think I saw it in this list. Captain whatever with Tom Hanks and the I am the captain now. Like
I am the captain now.
Yeah,
A mute button? You want that?
I'm the mute button now.
He's like, is this thing on? Hello? Attention. Hello? Does anyone know how this works?
I'm the captain.
I am the cap.
They took everything. They're here now. The pirates are here.
Oh, Jesus, too good.
Anything that has to do with the military, anything that has to do with how shit look that they're involved with how it's represented to the public, because this is like people do, like I was saying, people do believe this shit. How it's represented to the public makes a big difference to them, and they are involved with trying to keep their image up, if nothing else than just because they need to be able to get people to volunteer.
So one of the reasons that this story I thought was worth bringing up and a little different than all the other reports is because it explained that it wasn't just the military movies where, of course, they're trying to say this is how it happened, like Zero Dark 30, this is how they got Bin Laden or whatever. Or what else? Black Hawk Down and stuff like that. Like, it's not just Saving Private Ryan. It's not just the military movies that are on this list. And that's why I thought it was kind of interesting and kind of worth bringing up. Top Gun, like, oh, well, of course they need the military to use fighter jets in a plane or fighter jets in a movie. Holy crap. Anyway.
Fighter jets and plan.
We're all demented tonight.
One of the reasons, oh no. Where are these images? They're not loading.
I don't know. I was kind of fucked up trying to find even like I couldn't find a good list of it at all on there.
All right. Yeah, there were for whatever reason the list was in an image or a bunch of different images rather than text. But whatever. Like Karate Kid 2, Silence of the Lambs, Iron Man. Those are some of the ones they're mentioning here. Ernest Saves Christmas. What? What? Pitch Perfect 3. Is this a joke? What the frick does the military care about Pitch Perfect 3?
Well, okay.
Question. What do they do in it?
Well, that's for like any involvement they had. I'm looking at something from Zero Hedge. Is that what you're on for that one?
No, but that was the first one I saw.
Okay, yeah. This one, it's giving some examples. It's like literally if you had a character in there, if they like walk past the guy in the military and he was like, hey man, they're gonna like, well, let's look at that. Like they had it in the Hulk, they changed the military operation name from Ranch Hand to Angry Man, because Ranch Hand was something where they just dumped pesticides on a bunch of Vietnamese people.
Oh geez.
The Hulk, but they changed it from the laboratory he was in to a non-military facility, made the director of a lab. They changed him into not being an ex-military character.
What's the date on the one that you're looking at?
2000. What, the article or the
article?
Hulk?
Yeah, the article. You might be looking at one of the original older.
Well, this is a year ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Then we probably even talked about it, but they did make a point. It seems like a lot of this stuff, especially like these older movies, it was pretty much any negative representation of Vietnam.
Yeah.
They were kind of like, yeah, let's not do that.
Yeah, maybe I just missed it, but one of my favorite TV shows, I mean, probably top 3 or 4, it's up there, is MASH. Maybe there is a ton of military involvement. Maybe I'm being propagandized every time I watch it. But in general, it seems like, yeah, it's about the military. It's about the war. And sure, some of the characters support, would say, yeah, join up, serve your country and whatever. But in general, I appreciate how it just, oh, geez, it just highlights the destruction, the wreckage.
What show are you talking about?
MASH.
MASH, okay.
I've never seen any.
I don't know.
I don't know. You might have, but I didn't notice it.
It's a comedy. It's a comedy and a drama. Like the thing is, that's exactly how you can classify the military itself. It's a joke, at least as far as I'm concerned. I don't know if everyone agrees, everyone listening, watching, and participating here, but to me, it's a joke. So they make fun of it all the time, but it's also dramatic and terrible and sad and heartbreaking, and they do that as well. So this has nothing to do with those movies, but that's one of my favorite shows, and I hope it wasn't influenced by in the same way.
Well, Daniel is at the same time both a rabid war fiend and also a commie, bleeding heart liberal about war.
What?
I don't know. I was trying to attack you. I feel like I'm just trying to get you back at this time.
War attack.
That's all I needed
will
to
talk
do. But okay, yeah, I was on, I guess, yeah, like an older article. But I guess like what I was saying, like it's weird to think about that, but it's not even like it's changed recently. Like what we're looking at, it's been since like the 70s. It's just kind of our version of propaganda. Like it is in there, but it's like everything else in America where it's like we don't go real hard on this, but there's this little bit of it. Like we don't just incarcerate people for nothing, but then we have the drug war, so we can kind of do that, and we can kind of
centrism. Is that centrism?
I don't think so. I did a show on that, and I learned nothing better about it.
I brought it up.
No, I think it's just like a smarter way of doing kind of jackboot government tactics is just to do it like actually pick like the fucking Soviets were just like that guy shoot him he said something, like they just went nuts, and even people who didn't have the internet were like, hey, it looks like you just murdered like 12 million Ukrainians over there by starving. They're like, no, they just didn't want to sign the treaty or whatever.
See, this is how we know that Tim is actually really smart, because he just said something about jackbooting government, and it actually made sense.
Oh, that's good.
What the frick can't fool us. Government? But actually, it makes perfect sense. So, anyway, hey, we got James Bond in the chat. Isn't James Bond works for the government AF? So
yeah, you're actually involved in this story, James. Whenever you were about to jump out of a plane, never mind.
James Bond, how's your new movie? I haven't seen it yet, but it looks. Oh wait, no, never mind. That's Mission Impossible. I am literally retarded. Sorry. Oh my god.
So he wants to know: was Daniel alive when MASH was running? No.
TV Land, motherfucker.
Yeah, TV Land for the win.
Yeah, my mom fucking loved that show.
Yeah, man, I'm still blown away. Like the freaking MASH finale had like more viewers than any Super Bowl ever, and like people don't even like know what it is anymore. I don't know how that's possible, but I love it. Okay, guys, where are we here? 47, I'm showing. So, what do we think? Is there more we have to say on Hollywood and the Pentagon? Or
I was going to say, I forgot to say earlier that we're going to reach episode 6969 before Bitcoin ever gets back to 6969. It's sad out there.
It is.
Just buy more.
What is
it's
the
like
actual price?
It was at 61. It was at 6100 earlier this morning, and then it jumped up to like 66 or something. It's so what's crazy now is like those like $500 moves are exactly what I remember like $50 moves being when I first bought in, like around $250 or whatever, and it jumped up to 300 or whatever, or like 315, and people were like, whoa, it's going nuts now. It's just the same thing all over again, and so I don't care. I hope we hit like 3,000-4,000 by middle September, so that I can buy, or October would be cool too, so I can buy a ton of Bitcoin.
Yeah, let's just go to Daniel's wedding, steal a bunch of shit from the surrounding area, and then just pawn it all for Bitcoin, because it's definitely in an area where we could do that.
What we need to do is hold Daniel ransom at the wedding.
Yes.
We'll cut him in on
dude.
we'll cut him in on the ransom money, obviously, but so that he won't press charges. But we need to kidnap him and hold him ransom, and then we'll all buy Bitcoin with the ransom.
Yeah,
money.
wait, is there going to be a limousine, Daniel? Because I'll just commandeer the whole limousine, take the whole party.
I doubt it.
I'll bring him to you, Zach. We take him to a fucking cement.
I mean, if you want one, you're the one who would be able to pay for it as a Bitcoin billionaire.
Yeah, you billionaire.
Don't try to turn this around on me. He's the bigot, Zach. Don't come after me. I'm not the 1%. It's the him.
Tim, just tell me how many Elon Musks are you worth? Like
4, like 3. I'm much
3.
wittier on Twitter though, just because I don't know how to do it.
Okay, true.
James Bond wants to know if it's a gay wedding, so he missed the first half of the show. Apparently,
how dare you, James?
That's funny because we were talking about.
It's actually it's actually a 3-way gay wedding. We're actually for tax purposes. Yes,
is it still gay? Is it still gay if it's a 3-way? Yeah.
Yes. A 3-way with all dudes is definitely.
Yes. Yeah, I was having this threesome the other. What?
I almost had a threesome the other. The other day. I just needed 2 more people.
At least that was better than your. I had a threesome. The other 2 dudes weren't very good.
Oh, geez. Oh, man. All right. That's not a joke, Tim. What's wrong with that? Why is that funny?
Because Daniel, in any
prejudice,
Tim, that's not at all what this is. Daniel would have the shit beat out of him by 2 gay dudes. Like they would. You're too.
What?
Look at yourself. No, not because they'd be angry. Daniel. I'll explain myself. Daniel is a little puppet thing you throw around a little bit. He's a fuck puppet. He is the definition of a fuck puppet.
What? Are you saying that all gay people are like strong and buff?
No, no. I'm saying
bodyist.
How are they going to beat me up then? You have to be pretty freaking buff.
There are generally classifications. Daniel would most likely.
Holy cow, Tim! Did you just assume like what gay people are like?
What do you mean? What they're I'm assuming classifications, which are my responsibility to put on.
That is not okay, Tim.
Stop doing the Heil Hitler to the camera, Daniel.
What your classifications are? What is sexist by definition? Oh, I'm just classifying you as.
I'm allowed to speak on this as a man. We're not talking.
The problem. Your problem.
That men are allowed to speak. Holy cow.
Tim's problem, which we've seen now in his homophobic, sexist, racist, toxic masculinity, is he is just so rich that he doesn't have to care about anyone.
I don't understand you people. Why don't you just beat the shit out of Daniel and fuck him?
Tim is a
you don't
rich,
have to understand mute buttons because you pay like 14 people to press a mute button for you.
Yeah, did your mute button maid take the night off? Yeah, where's your button?
Friends.
Oh, geez. This needs to stop.
Oh, my God.
I don't...
Daniel's a twink.
I'm sure.
That's all I was trying to get to.
Whatever, the last like 2 minutes is the kind of stuff that probably would get Roseanne fired for life. So we're in trouble. It is a good thing we don't rely on anyone except YouTube, and we don't really rely on them either. So I hope Chronologic isn't like who fired Roseanne, CBS or whatever.
I wish Chronologic had Roseanne Barr. Well, I don't really know about this stuff. Ethereum.
I'll be getting an email in the morning like, so we really love what you guys do, but we got some messages from some gay people, and I don't think we can support you anymore.
No, did you see her video afterwards? I think it was like her daughter recording Roseanne, and she's just like walking. She's like, I thought the bitch was white. I thought the bitch was white. Yes. She's like, she just ruined every single new chance she had to do anything by that. But I don't really know what we were talking about before that. I think I was trying to blame a wedding on you again. The price.
Blame a wedding on me?
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Why are you blaming it on me? Of course it's my fault. I'm the one that had to propose. Why would you think you have to blame me? Of course it's my fault.
Wait, no, see, that's sexist, though. Serious question, Dan. Dan, would you be weirded out if the girl proposed to you? Or would you just be like, sure, yeah.
Watch your answer.
Why do the guys... You're the bigot here. Shut up.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Daniel.
No, what? If I like the girl, if I was still like dating the girl, and if I was planning to marry her anyway, like what do I care? Like, sure, I'll say yes. Like, it's just easier on me. I don't have to figure out how to frickin' propose.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Tim's probably like, no, it's my manly duty as a straight male to propose.
No, you have to go ask your dad first, get his blessing.
Excuse me. Proposal made. Please tell my girlfriend that she is not allowed to propose to me.
You know, I do it over email. I do it over Signal.
Yeah.
Hey, what do you want? I just send like ring emojis, and she's like, "What the fuck is this?"
Ring
right,
emoji
guys.
question mark.
We got like 6 minutes left here. We got to squeeze in some advice of the week because we've been squeezing stuff in all night. What do we got here? Any good advice?
That was too far.
Yeah. I got my advice of the week is a little bit different. One story maybe we can talk about next week. I don't know. We'll see. But if you all know Giacomo Zucco, he was on my podcast a couple weeks ago. Super cool dude, Italian, runs the BHB network. They organize the Milan meetup, all this stuff. And Twitter,
hot huge. Is that what it is? The Big Hot Boy Network?
No, I don't know, to be honest, what BHB stands for, but that could be it.
I was just sticking with our gay theme tonight.
Don't try to cover this up now, Daniel. Anyway,
where was I? Oh yeah, so Twitter blocked his account or locked his account last week for like 24 hours, which we don't know why. And so the point of the story is a bunch of people have been moving over to this open source social platform called Mastodon, which I heard about.
Of course, it would have the word ass in it.
No, M as in
Mastodon. My name's Roseanne Barr. I'm on Mastodon now. I got kicked off of ABC by Chronologic.
Oh my god. And so it's a cool open source platform. You can build communities.
Yes, Zach always hangs out on Mastodon.
I love it. It's great. So check it out is my advice of the week, because there's a bunch of it's bitcoinhackers.org is the Bitcoin instance. And it's a cool community made by Rodolfo Novak, who, going back to these Bitfi wallets, he claims that they're crap. So full circle there. And it's not very sexual, but the name is.
I'm going to take my advice straight out of the mouth of James Bond, or after I take everything else out of his mouth. His advice is stop watching this show. And that is my advice too. Please, everyone go away.
Leave me alone. I just want to sit here and be drunk. Leave me alone.
I want to stream to the world without anyone trying to interact with me, please.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't watch me. Don't listen to me. Don't talk to me. Don't chat with me. Go away. Let me stream in peace. So please stop watching.
The reason why is because if you tell everyone to stop watching this show and no one watches it, then you can come back and watch it, and we can be as ridiculous as we want because no one will see us. That's the upside here.
I can be as Roseanne as I want, and Chronologic will never fire me because no one cares. There's not going to be gay people emailing Chronologic. So
yes,
we're good. Stop watching, please. Then I'll be free.
NY Cartoon says, you guys are off the hook tonight. Damn straight we are. This is what happens when Bitcoin crashes.
Yeah,
we have to find something to make us happy.
Yeah, exactly. Something's out there. It's got to make us happy. All right, Tim, close us off. We need some advice. Please do not say advice.
What is advice of the week? Work on yourself today. Try to be conscious in your life and figure stuff out.
Advice: get us the fuck involved with the military, you fucks. Do something so they have to advise. I will take fucking scripts from the military for this, as long as it means I can shoot Daniel. That's all I need. Daniel will say a point against the military. I'll be like, actually, Daniel, the military is actually defending our seats. See, I'm doing it already. I can chill for you guys if you need it.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever claimed that the military is not influencing this show. I mean, why do you think we're so anti-gay? because we have to do what they tell us.
That's hilarious you say that, because in this one really weird like cryptocurrency Facebook group I'm on, someone watches this show on there. A bunch of people do, but one person in particular watches it and posted, because he was listening on Spreaker, "You, me, and BTC now take sponsorships from the U.S. Army. Unsubscribed."
Oh, yeah.
I was like, wait, what? He was like, after your episode, there was an ad for the Army. I can't believe you status are taking money from them. I was like, no, that's just like an ad they run between episodes.
That's from probably Spreaker, could be YouTube, wherever you're watching. They're not necessarily our ads. So
he was so fired up about it.
I also like, no, but it is good that he thinks that our ads sound good enough that it also matches up with the U.S. Army's Army strong.
Whenever I see an Army ad on Twitter, or even like a Raytheon or anything like that, I always report it as illegal products and services.
Excuse me.
Oh my god. Yes.
Excuse me. Don't do this.
I don't know everything. I'm pretty sure it's illegal to drop bombs on children. I don't know, but that's my guess. I'm just
Daniel. Okay, again, as the spokesperson of our great and wonderful men, women, and transgenders in uniform now, Daniel, you bigot.
Did you just say transgenders?
Transgender is what I said.
Transgenders. What does that even mean?
Transgender.
I'm transgender. I really love train. I really love Thomas the Tank Engine.
I'm sexually attracted to Thomas the Chain Engine. The little engine that could fuck.
There are several injuries involved, but I still love him. True. I'm not going to say how those injuries happened, but I still love him.
Our love will never die. It goes on, blah, blah, blah.
Did we ever get advice out of Tim's mouth?
Yeah, I gave advice about the military. I'm sorry. I'm trying to use my advice to build the show, okay? And build our influence overseas.
What was your advice?
I'm getting do legitimately remember, I guess, with movies, with any kind of media you're taking in, there's probably gonna be somebody influencing it. Don't just take something for face value. Maybe see less movies. I don't know. This is partly why I hadn't really
Who's influencing us? We are generating media that people take in. No one's influencing us.
Well, yes, besides this US Marine
Corps. Other than Tim's homophobia, who's influencing us?
Besides bigotry and hatred.
Is Alex Jones
that one off? I know that's an issue. We'll address it one of these days. But besides that, what could possibly be influencing us?
Is Alex Jones homophobic? Because I bet Tim loves Alex Jones.
What does that mean? Where he's like, he's like, have you ever sucked a cock?
They're putting stuff in the water.
Intergalactic pedophiles.
But if I did,
I wouldn't. But if you did, I know how to do it. I understand how to do things like that. Not these scums in Wall Street. Advice. You don't get any. There's no spin here. Come back to us. Tell us that we're great. Send us money. Tell Daniel he's happy. Wish him a happy wedding if that's the thing.
Yep, I love you. Only if you're a guy though, because I don't believe in heterosexuality. If you're a guy, I love you. Thanks for watching. It's a good thing that most of the people in Bitcoin are guys, because that means I just have a bigger pool to pick from. So
all these Daniel's gonna become just a fucking sugar mama or a sugar baby for some Bitcoin guy.
All right, guys, we are well over our time, well over our wits. We need to stop before this gets even farther out of hand. Thanks for joining us. It's been a blast. The place to be in the meantime is you, me, and BTC.com. This is out there forever now. I don't think I'll ever be able to run for president. Although Trump said all that stuff and he's still president, so maybe I'm fine. I love all of you. I also love ice cream. Like I said, in the meantime, you, me, and BTC.com will be back next Thursday live right here at 9 to 10 p.m. Eastern. And we got 3 other shows that come out every week in the meantime, so keep an eye out for those. I love you. Goodbye.
The views expressed during this podcast do not reflect the views of the U.S. Army.
Or do they? Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.